Hey everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. This is episode 4 of the Melting Chronicles, and this one is dedicated to L3. I love L3, and I've melted a lot in March, so let's get started talking about the wax. So I have quite a bit here that I have finished, and I have quite a bit that I'm still working on. But I wanted to do a warming review video for L3, just because I melt so much of it, and I know there's a lot of you guys out there that are really big fans of L3, so I thought this one would be a really great one. I've actually been looking forward to doing this one. And I'm sorry if the lighting here is a little dark. It is dark outside. It's 9 o'clock here almost. And I did several other videos today and cleaning house and, chores. And I'm getting this one done at night. So if it's a little dark in here, I'm sorry. I don't have a ring light yet. It's on my list to buy. So, okay. Shifting everything over here to this side. Let's first talk about the scoops. And I finished up a couple of scoops here. 2 of these I finished up this month. First one I want to talk about is Strawberry Fruit Loops. This one's pretty self-explanatory. And even though this one is probably from 2020, because I bought this in a D-stash in early 21, this one is Fruit Loops with an extra hint of strawberry. And on warm, this smells exactly like it does in the tub. This is a very good strawberry rendition. I would love to see her do this like blueberry Fruit Loops, blackberry Fruit Loops, orange Fruit Loops, cherry Fruit Loops, lime Fruit Loops, grape Fruit Loops. You get the picture. I love anything mixed with Fruit Loops. Really, really good. Next scoop I finished. This is actually the very first scoop I ever bought that's L3. And I didn't buy this from L3. I got this in a D-stash, and it's absolutely from 2020. This is Lavender Coconut Milk Cookies. And I did finish them up. Yay me. When I first bought this, I could smell more of a bakery component to it. And now that this is quite possibly 2 years old, the cookie part of it and even the coconut milk part of it has went bye-byes. This is straight herbal lavender, which is not a bad thing. I had to wait for my nose to recover from COVID. Lavender was the last thing that came back to smell normal to me. So that's why I've been kind of hoarding this, because I wanted to enjoy it. But now I only smell herbal lavender. But that's okay. This, but I did use this before, I got what I got. And this is a very nice blend. It's kind of simple, not enough bakery in my opinion, but this is a nice lavender coconut milk. Next scoop I want to talk about is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And I just recently melted this one this past week. This is Mountain Dew, Blue Raspberry, and Cherry Icy. And this is definitely Blue Raspberry and Cherry Icy dominant. The Mountain Dew kind of gets lost, and even on warm, it's not so much citrus Mountain Dew, it's the Blue Raspberry and the Cherry. My husband said this was very strong, and he commented on this one. So it's a nice fruity punch. I know this one is popular, it usually sells out for her, but this one is a nice one. And on cold, it's a good mixture of cherry and blue raspberry. Very well done with that one. Okay, I have a lot to get through here. Okay, so I want to do empties first. I'll just grab and go. Okay, Slaytherin. This is a new to me blend. I bought this probably in the fall. Maybe not. Maybe before then. I don't know. This is Clean Steel, Peppermint, and Pheromones. And this is one of my new favorites from L3. This one smells pretty much identical on cold as it does on warm. The peppermint becomes a little bit more cooling to the nostrils on warm, of course. But this is a very nice, long-lasting, lingering blend. My husband, who doesn't really like mint, is a fan of this one. He actually commented on it the other day, so I might have just bought some more from the April Fool's restock. Next, and I want to talk about, this is the very first loaf I bought from L3 in March of 2021. I finally finished it up. This is pistachio pudding cake. key lime pie, pie crust, and vanilla ice cream. This was a very good blend. It's a little bit pistachio heavy, but it's got enough other notes in there to really tone down the sharpness and the strength of the pistachio, because pistachio is kind of an overpowering blend in anything it's mixed with, unless it's mixed with adequate balanced of the other scent notes that are in there, in my opinion. And this one, the scent is has faded a little bit from the bag, but the key lime pie, my husband doesn't like key lime pie, and I melted this around him and he never commented. So the key lime pie is not dominant. It's a nice blend, like I said, of pie crust, pistachio pudding cake, vanilla ice cream, and the key lime pie. 8 Crazy Nights. I love this blend. This was a bitty loaf. I have another one actually. This is blackberry jelly, fried dough, and a hint of campfire smoke. And this one pretty much is blackberry jam dominant, and blackberry jelly, excuse me. I think it's the same oil, but I could be wrong. I get a little bit of fried dough. It's almost like a funnel cake or a grease, but it's not bad grease. This is very berry. It's a nice blend, and I don't get too much campfire smoke. And on warm, that is when, like when I smell this on cold, I'm just getting blackberry basically. But on warm is when that fried dough comes alive. This is a really good blend. That one I think was just offered in the restock as well. Next I have Axe. Axe is sweet potato spice, brown sugar, caramelized pecans, and marshmallow fluff. This is a very nice blend. It's definitely fall, and it's definitely, I was going to say powdered sugar. That's not the right term. It's definitely sweet potato, and it's definitely the spices that go into sweet potato casserole. And I think that's what she was trying to replicate with this, because everything in here is what you would do to make sweet potato casserole. This is a nice blend. It's not too overpowering. When it's warmed up, it doesn't blow me out of the house, but it's a nice spicy fragrance, but not like cinnamon hot spicy. It's just the spices, the pecans, the marshmallows on top, and the potato that make this one a really good blend. I do really like that one. Next, I have Pyramid Head, and I just finished this up this past week for the Pop Culture Challenge and the collab I'm melting with. And this one, how I described this one earlier, this is toasty warm bonfire, hay bales, and pine trees. This is a pine scent. This one was really hard to describe though. This is a complex scent, and it's a pine scent, but it's not air freshener, bathroom air freshener pine or Christmas tree pine. It's a pine, but it's not reminiscent of either one of those things I just said, to my nose. The little bit of hay that's in there, it just sweetens it up a little bit. Jen's hay is really, really nice. I do like it a lot. And then the toasty bonfire, this one is, unfortunately, it's really tough to describe, and I did go into detail on my melting basket video, and it's late at night, and I don't remember exactly how I described this one, but I don't know if I would repurchase this again, just because it was okay to me. But when it's warmed up, you do get more of a pine, and you do get a little bit of that hay sweetness. Like I said, I'm repeating myself, but I kind of tend to do that when I'm lost for words with describing a blend. So there's one of those every so often. Okay, next we have Pazuzu. Pazuzu is bonfire, pumpkin pecan waffles, and apple cider. Now, to me, Pazuzu is definitely apple cider dominant. When I melt this, it smells, in the bag, I'm not getting PPW very much at all. And bonfire, it's not a smoky scent to my nose. It's basically apple cider, and there might be a hint of pumpkin in there, but it's not pumpkin pecan waffles, that syrupy, that maple, not that to my nose. This is apple cider, and when it's warmed up, it's a nice fall scent. This is really much a quintessential fall scent to my nose. That one is a rebuy. Next, oh, this is one of my favorite blends ever, and it's kind of simple. It's strawberry zucchini bread. This, I melted all over my house. This was a mini loaf, and I wish I I have a loaf of strawberry jam zucchini bread, but it's different from strawberry zucchini bread. The oils are different. This one is more of a fresh picked strawberry, nice strawberry blend. But when I melted this with the zucchini bread, when on warm, it's a beautiful berry bread. I can tell it's zucchini bread, but the strawberry is so well balanced that it's definitely a sweet berry bread. I love this. This is an A+. I would buy this in truckloads if I could. I love this scent. And if you haven't tried this one, it's a really good rendition with zucchini bread. I know I'm trying to try all of her zucchini bread blends, which are endless because there's hundreds, I'm sure. But that one is very good. It throws beautifully and almost instantaneously, and I can smell it all over the house. It's a really good blend. Next, we have pistachio cookies, salted caramel, and boom boom cream. This one, I believe, was a scent in the advent calendar from Christmas time. And this one, to me, really is boom boom dominant. I remember this one because I melted this one in my office. And, yep, it's boom boom dominant. And there's also caramel in boom boom cream. And the caramel addition here is really well done because that caramel accents the boom boom cream, and then pistachio cookie is just enough of a bakery that takes this from a perfumey fragrance to a bakery. It's really, really well done. This is a nice one, and it's a nice performer. It's about moderate throw, and it's long lasting too. Adjusting here. Okay. I'm finding as I'm getting older, I can't sit cross-legged for very long anymore, but oh well. Okay, next one. Nutty Nutcracker. I actually melted this last night. This is roasted chestnuts, sweet maple coffee. I think it's roasted chestnuts, sweet maple, coffee, and vanilla. This is a nice blend. I would repurchase this. This is a coffee blend without being too coffee heavy. The coffee is just, it's there. You know it's a coffee blend, but this one, the maple shines in this. The maple and the chestnuts. Really good balance. And this is, sometimes you just want to melt like roasted coffee or coffee bean or coffee house or coffee cubano, which are blends of hers and oils of hers, which are just coffee heavy. And Jen does coffee beautifully, very well. And this one is a nice detour from the strong cup of coffee that some people can think is bitter or skunky. I don't pick that up. My nose doesn't pick that up with coffee. Thank goodness, because I love coffee in my real life and in my wax life. So this one was a welcome detour, like I said, and I would definitely purchase this again. The maple comes alive, and it's not like waffle maple syrup, but it's maple mixed with vanilla, mixed with chestnuts and coffee. Beautiful blend on this one. Next one, let's talk about Fruit Loop Zucchini Bread. Now, I have 2 loaves of this, and I'm working my way on this one. This is self-explanatory. Zucchini bread and Fruit Loops. I like Fruit Loops like I talked about the very first with the strawberry Fruit Loops. I love Fruit Loops in anything, and mixed with zucchini bread, yes please. It's really, really, really good. This has a great balance of Fruit Loop and zucchini bread. I'm getting zucchini bread dominant on cold with a background of Fruit Loops, but when it's warmed up to my nose, the Fruit Loops brighten up a little bit more to where you know it's a zucchini bread blend, but there is fruit mixed with it, specifically Fruit Loops. So this is a very well done, gorgeous blend. VHS tapes. I looked up these notes. I think it's bread, cookies, donuts, and something else. Vanilla Bean Noel, maybe. I can't remember. But this one, of all of the basic vanilla blender scents, this one is my all-time favorite. It's got a little bit more of a vanilla, of a depth to it than other vanilla scents like White Elephant Exchange to my nose, or even Don't Cross Streams. This one is a little bit more mature. And this is a really good blender. I've mixed this with plain zucchini bread. I've mixed this with strawberry jam, blueberry. This is a really good, versatile bakery blender scent, and it pretty much smells the same on cold than it does warm. I think the bakery just comes alive a little bit more when it's warmed up, but this one is a really good blend too. Sanderson Sisters. Now this one, of course, I only melted a couple of times just because I melted this just a few days ago. This is smoke from the black flame candle, pumpkin seeds, oud, and candy corn. And this one is pretty much, this is pumpkin seed dominant and oud with a little bit of candy corn. And then I'm not quite sure what smoke from the black flame candle is supposed to smell like, but I'm definitely picking up on the pumpkin seeds, like I said, the pumpkin seeds and candy corn. And this one is pretty much the same on warm as it is cold. And I'm still on the fence with this one because, like I said, I've only melted this twice, and I really want to give the whole chunk its time before I decide if I'm going to repurchase this one again. I know this one is a really big seller at fall time and Halloween time, and a lot of people like this one. I'm still deciding on that one. Next is Scarecrow. Now this is a gorgeous blend, strong powerhouse, excellent thrower, beautiful balance of Evening in the Hamptons, which is a perfumey, feminine laundry scent, mixed with Snow White's Downfall, which is apples. And I try to look for Snow White's Downfall to see if it's a blend or an oil, and I wasn't having any luck on the page. So to my nose, this is apple laundry. And it's kind of similar. It's kind of similar to Mac Apple, but it's not as strong as Mac Apple is. But it's definitely an apple. And I really, really, really like this blend. Evening in the Hamptons is one of the pretty, perfumey, feminine laundry scents. This is an excellent, excellent blend. This smells exactly the same on warm as it does on cold to my nose. Really good. Next we have, oh, this is Lemon Love. This is my blend. This is lemon pound cake, lemon curd, pie crust, whipped cream, and lollipops. This one I melted this week. It's cured and I just had to try it. This is lemon pound cake heavy to me, but this is a complex scent, a lot going on. The lemon curd accents the lemon pound cake very, very well. The pie crust edition is just a bump up for bakery. Whipped cream is there just to cream it up a little bit. And then the lollipops was an extra punch of sweetness. This is a really good blend. And I'm not just saying that because I created this blend. This is a blend I would buy over and over again just because it's a really good lemon bakery scent. It's not Pledge. It's not air freshener lemon. It's not cleaning lemon. It's not that. It's bakery lemon to the max. Next, we have Overlook Hotel. This is Cider Lane, toasted marshmallows, and smoky fireside. Now, this one I melted this past week, and it's a sweet, this reminds me of marshmallow fireside, but sweeter. It's a sweeter marshmallow fireside. And I think that could be because of the Cider Lane that's added in here. I'm not really getting so much of, I mean, fireside and marshmallows, I think that's where I'm picking up on the marshmallow fireside vibe. But I'm pretty sure the Cider Lane, has the caramel, has the apple in it. That's what's sweetening it up. But this one it's a soft, it almost has a somewhat powder, like a powder-like quality to me, but not like baby powder, not too bad, but just has a powdery, man, powder's hard to describe. It has a sweet powdery scent also. And this one wasn't a crazy thrower. I kind of had to be up on top of the warmer for this one. I don't know if I would repurchase this just because there are other scents out there I want to try and other scents out there I like a little bit more. But I know this one is popular and it's nice. It's just, I think it's a one and done for me. Next, we have Dole Whip, and this is fresh pineapple and vanilla ice cream. And this one is a little bit more, the vanilla adds a richness to this, that this is definitely fresh pineapple, but it's not as sweet as her regular pineapple oil is. The vanilla ice cream here really gives this some maturity and makes it a little bit more not bakery, but it makes it a little bit not sweeter. Man, I don't like when I lose my words, especially when I'm trying to describe something to you guys. I'm sorry. It's pineapple, but the vanilla adds a little bit of richness. That's the word I'm looking for. A little bit of richness to it. If you've ever had Dole Whip, it's pineapple. It's a pineapple mixture, puree essentially, mixed with vanilla soft serve ice cream from Disney World, Disneyland, and other places have the mix too to make it. But this one is good mixed with Bitches at the Beach, if you've had that, which is gold sugar, copper tone, a couple other things. I can't remember. But Bitches at the Beach is a really good blend mix with this. Basically anything, coconut, pina colada, even strawberry mixed with this. Strawberry and pineapple I like together. This is a really good blender also. But on its own, it's just as good. Good blend with that one. Grandpa's Pipe. This is cherry and tobacco. And cherry and tobacco, this is... I have only melted this once, so I can't attest for after my first melt, of course. But this one is a nice, pretty cherry scent. I'm struggling to get tobacco in this, so this is pretty much cherry. And I'll use this and make this a blender, just like these Trig Tarts are intended to be. This is a nice, it throws very nicely. I melted this in my bathroom. It throws very nicely, and it's a nice cherry scent. Cherry dominant, not so much tobacco. Raspberry Whip. I believe this is a proprietary blend that is made just for L3, and I'm not quite sure all the secrets that's in it, but this, to my nose, is a perfumey raspberry. And I know raspberry can be either perfumey to... Somebody screamed outside, sorry. Either perfumey to people or... bakery to people, depending on what it's mixed with. This, I pick up, it's perfumey to me. This is mixed with a heck of a lot of things. I see this blended with things on her site all the time. And I myself, I melted this alone. I didn't want to blend it with anything just because it has that perfumey complex to it, to my nose. This one smells pretty much identical on warm as it does on cold. But that is a good staple scent. Beauty Sleep. I think this is lavender cream, blueberries and cream, and there's one more thing in there, and I can't remember what it is. This did not perform for me at all. I couldn't even smell this. Even if I was up on it close, it just didn't, it wasn't there for me. Maybe it was a bad batch. This was a little sample. But this one, definitely I'm not going to try again, just because, you know, even smelling the bag, there wasn't much there for me. So this one, unfortunately, did not perform well. And warm review, there isn't one because I couldn't smell it. Okay. Pumpkin Marshmallow Twinkies. This one is it's pretty good. I initially smelled the Twinkies and not so much the pumpkin part of it. And I melted it at night, and then I turned my warmer off, and then the next morning when I was getting ready for the day and in the shower and stuff, I could smell the Twinkie and a pumpkin coming from this wax, and I was like, oh, there's the pumpkin. Because when I first popped it in, I was like, this is just like Twinkie. It's bakery, it's Twinkie. There isn't much pumpkin. But then once it warmed up the next day, that pumpkin made its appearance. And this one was kind of a mild throw. Would I buy this again? Probably not, just because there's other pumpkin bakery blends I like, but this one served its purpose. It was in the bathroom, it threw well, it was nice. It only lasted maybe 4 hours or so, and then I couldn't smell it anymore. So this one was a one and done for me. But that's why I really love samples, and I really like how Jen has offered her Try Me samplers, the 50-piece samples. Those are some of the best money I've spent. I know I've said that before 1,000 times, but I really like that the samples are offered, because a lot of these, as you'll see coming up, I want to buy in larger sizes. They're just, samples work. Snuggle, Gain, and Cotton Candy. Now, I like laundry mixed with fruit. And this one, you know, guys, this one is not bad. This is pretty good. It's definitely snuggle dominant to my nose. The gain is there being all gainy, and then the cotton candy is there to sweeten this up. I was very surprised with this. When I popped it in, I was kind of apprehensive. I'm like, I don't know if I really want to melt this one right now. But I'm glad I tried it out because this is a new like. I would buy this in a larger size. The cotton candy is there when it's warmed up. Like I said, on cold, this is pretty much just snuggle to me, laundry. And that cotton candy really comes alive when it's warmed up. Really good. Huckleberry Harvest. This kind of smells artificial to me. Huckleberry is hard to describe. I mean, it's related to blackberry and raspberry. I can't remember. No, huckleberry is its own berry. I'm getting it confused with elderberry, I think. Huckleberry Harvest, though, this kind of smells similar to blueberry and blackberry to me. It's just that berry scent that is delicious mixed with just about everything. And I only unfortunately had this little sample, so I really can't tell you how it does with mixing because I obviously didn't have enough quantity to do that. But this threw well, it performed well, nice and juicy. It kind of smells the same on cold as it does when warmed up. Radiant Red Maple. Now this one is kind of an enigma because a lot of people get bubblegum from this, and I get bubblegum from this. I think Jen said the notes of this are pear, vanilla, and maple wood, and something else. I get none of those things. This is a very unique scent. This is sweet bubblegum to me. And would I buy this again? Probably not, just because I'm not a bubblegum person. I don't like bubblegum scented stuff, but this was kind of strange. This is kind of one that unfortunately I think you have to kind of smell it for yourself and see what you're going to smell before I can really tell you how it's going to perform, because for me it was bubblegum and it was kind of off-putting to me after that. But this did throw. I could smell the bubblegum. I was just kind of confused because it's supposed to be Radiant Red Maple. Okay, Peach at the Beach. This was another one of my creations. This is exotic coconut, peach nectar, gold sugar. I think it's exotic coconut, peach nectar, gold sugar, and copper tone. I took the gold sugar and copper tone from Bitches at the Beach because I really like those two together. This is peach heavy. My husband loves this scent. I was melting this earlier this week, and he said, whatever peach scent you're melting smells really good. It's very strong. So I really like this. This is very reminiscent of peach gummies, peach rings. It's got that little bit of sugary on the outside and then that peach yumminess. This is very well done. I'm not getting so much the sunscreen part of it, but I'm sure the gold sugar is bumping this up to another level because this is very, very, very strong. Very strong peach. Cupcakes at Tiffany's. I'm working on this loaf. I've had this for a while. This, of course, everybody knows what Cupcakes at Tiffany's is. I don't like Cupcakes at Tiffany's by itself, so I use this as a blender all the time with things, just to give that extra pop of buttercream and toffee and chocolate and vanilla that's in here. This one, I like Jen's blends with Cupcakes at Tiffany's already in it. I'm not crazy about this by itself, but it's but that being said, it doesn't matter because it's great blended with just about anything. And you all know Cupcakes at Tiffany's. I don't think I have to go into that one in too much detail. Handful more here, guys. Shamrock Shake. This is creme de menthe and vanilla ice cream. And this one is this is the scent that I was melting when I found out my husband does not like mint. And so it's very creme de menthe. It's very minty. This actually smells like the Shamrock Shake from McDonald's. So if you've smelled that combination of mints, it's creamy, it's minty, it's not toothpastey. It's definitely not like that. This smells identical on warm as it does cold. The vanilla ice cream might come alive a little bit more because it tones down that mint. It makes it even more creamy. This is a good blend. I would buy this one again. Next is She Doesn't Even Go Here. This is vanilla sandalwood, smoked vanilla, and today is October 3rd. Honestly, guys, this just smells like today is October 3rd. The vanilla sandalwood and the smoked vanilla, I'm not really picking up on those. Maybe a hint of sandalwood because sandalwood is sweet. It complements the Today is October 3rd extremely well. This lasts all day. I mean, Today is October 3rd is a beautiful, one of her best sellers, and it's a strong, long-lasting fragrance. It's wonderful. This I have no complaints about. This one is pretty good, and it smells like Today is October 3rd. In the bag and on warm. Concerts at the State Fair. I think Concerts at the State Fair is fried Twinkies, kettle corn, and cotton candy. I think that's what that is, mixed with Mac apple. So it's basically a Mac apple fried bakery. And this one is nice because it's Mac apple heavy, like I said, mixed with that fried bakery. And on cold, it's Mac apple dominant to my nose, but on warm is when I get that bakery part of it. That's a really good scent too. Pineapple Exotic Coconut. I love this. I love Exotic Coconut. It's a Bath & Body Works oil that they haven't brought out of the vault for such a long time. It was a scent I used to wear back in high school and in college years. And this is Exotic Coconut heavy, but when it's warmed up, the pineapple just comes out to play. It's not like pina colada where you have that cream aspect to it. This is straight coconut and straight pineapple. Glorious. I love this. It's a powerhouse. It's tropical yumminess. Zucchini Bread, Vanilla Budge. Zucchini Bread, Vanilla Butter Fudge, Cupcakes at Tiffany's, and Brown Sugar. I think the brown sugar really makes these blends shine because it gives that little extra pop of sweetness. And it's so good. This is a zucchini bread blend, of course. You get the spiciness and the creaminess from the zucchini bread. I know that Jen has said her zucchini bread is not spicy. To my nose, it's a great balance of creamy and spicy. But the vanilla butter fudge and the Cupcakes at Tiffany's in this does take away any sort of spice that's lingering in the zucchini bread. I will say that. And on warm, I do smell every single one of these notes individually at different times. Warmth does that one justice. Oregon Autumn. This one is crisp, clean, and fresh fallen leaves with a hint of rain. This is a scent that I can't even describe. It's a beautiful... I can still smell it in here. It's a beautiful, it smells like something I've smelled before in my life, in my childhood, and I can't put my finger on it, but it almost has a body care-esque, like a Vaseline intensive care, you know, the old school yellow Vaseline intensive care. It has almost like that powdery freshness to it, but I'm not getting leaves. I know leaves is in here, and leaves I'm not even smelling in this. It's got to be the crisp, clean, and the rain is giving this just coziness and comfort, and just, this is a very nice blend. This is one you're going to have to smell to see what this invokes in you. This is a really hard one to describe to you. Next is Blackberry, Cranberry Marmalade, and Fresh Baked Bread. I did not get cranberry marmalade on this. And usually when cranberry marmalade is mixed in with something, in my experience, on warm is when I start to smell that part of it. This is basically blackberry and bread. That's what I smelled. Not bad, just no cranberry marmalade. This was okay. I would buy this maybe in a bitty loaf, but on warm it's blackberry and bread. And finally, my new favorite scent, Brown Sugar Pound Cake Peanut Butter. This, holy moly, this is so good. Oh, I love it. The peanut butter is just enough to let you know you get the creaminess and a little bit of that salt from the peanuts. But I'm really getting that brown sugar pound cake. It is a sweet pound cake. It's dense, it's moist, it's yummy. It's just a really good scent. And it smells, you can't smell the peanut butter on cold, but when it's warmed up, that peanut butter does come out. So that's all of the L3 scents I melted in March, and I hope you enjoyed my warm review of them. So I am going to be doing another version of L3, I'm sure, because I melt L3 every day, just about, in the end of April. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you all have